So if you're a fan of basketball, you probably enjoy watching Knicks fans do what they do in terms of supporting their team the way they support them. Now, there's not many fan bases out there that other fan bases actually laugh with in terms of what spawns from a particular fan base. You got a lot of fan bases out there that are disliked by others. New York and San Antonio are probably not in the category like the Dallas Cowboys, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Patriots, the Lakers. You guys know those fan bases that are just extremely annoying, especially the Golden State Warriors fan base. That fan base is just saturated with bandwagon fans. It's crazy. Then you look at the New York Knicks fan base. The reason why we are so in tune with this series is not only because you got a young Victor Wembanyama in his first NBA playoffs, getting to the NBA Finals, knocking off the terrible brand of basketball, Oklahoma City Thunder, knocking them off. Not only that, overcame what he overcame in the Minnesota series as well as the first series of his NBA career in Portland. Now we get to Donald Trump messing up the momentum of New York Knicks Nation. You guys know it was about to be some of the most potent energy that sapped through your TV since we could remember. Since probably Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake at the Super Bowl and they had that debacle. I'm talking about that type of energy. We was going to feel it at home. Spurs fans was going to feel it in San Antonio. And the fact that the watch parties were canceled because the president, the only president in presidential history to attend an NBA Finals, and he chooses Game 3 instead of choosing at least choose Game 4. Let the fans have their moment with their team that hasn't been in this position in 53 years. I think they said the last time they won was in the 70s or something, and they haven't got to the Eastern Conference Finals in 20 years or something like that. It's crazy. But Game 3 was going to be the game where we saw Knicks Nation outside of Madison Square Garden at many other watch parties, creating memes, creating nostalgic times for us in terms of we're going to look back at Game 3 and see some funny stuff happen at those watch parties. We're going to laugh. We're going to enjoy it because that's what the New York Knicks fan base has when they get moments like this. They just spawn some of the funniest moments for us. And it's no coincidence that the NBA Finals viewership is up 90% versus last year when it was at 8 million. And that series was trash. But if you're a fan of basketball, you just watched it because you wanted to see Tyrese Halliburton knock off SGA. And if you at the time didn't really believe the hype and SGA being a free throw merchant, you wanted to see OKC win their first championship. And now this season, we see that maybe, hey, they play a terrible brand of basketball. I've come to that realization. In this game, I knew Jalen Brunson was going to get close to a game where you would finally have his fans say, is everybody better than Jalen Brunson until trying to play Jalen Brunson? He got close. But it wasn't a Jalen Brunson type of game in which you could say that because he went and had a negative effect on his team. Plus minus is viewed for NBA players individually the same way you would say QBR is viewed for a quarterback. It's the individual team success a player has when he's on the floor. Jalen Brunson has yet to put together a Jalen Brunson type game. Even though he's scoring 30, it looks good, but when you look at it and watch it during game, it looks terrible. If you just look at the stats after and you say, oh, he had 30 points. And in the times where he scored his points, it comes in clutch moments sometimes. So you overlook the fact that he's not doing it efficiently. Games 1 and Game 2, he went 19 of 56. In this game, he went 11 of 25. That's not terrible, but oh yeah, he also went 3 of 5 from 3. -9. He was outscored by 9 points with him on the floor. The Knicks were. Now, the energy that Knicks fans, I'm going back to this because I feel like Donald Trump ruined the momentum for Knicks fans. And I said this coming into the game. If they lose, it's going to be because of that. If they win, it was going to be hard for them to win, though, because you guys got to understand the Spurs have answered every test at every turn, every facet of adversity they answered in these playoffs. Now, in game 2, they didn't answer it only because they made a mistake at the wrong time. They would have won game 2 had Victor Wembanyama not passed the ball. Well, I think they would have had a higher chance to win game 2. I'm not going to say they was going to win game 2, because who knows? They probably would have not turned the ball over, and they probably would have missed a shot. The Knicks would have came back down and scored, and they would have won that way. Or the game could have went to overtime, the Knicks lose, or the Knicks win, Spurs lose. Who knows? But they would have had a higher chance to win had he not made a mistake. So the energy that Knicks fans could have provided for their team was taken away selfishly by the NBA and Donald Trump. Now, I don't know why Donald Trump didn't decide to play golf today, but decided to go to the game. Why are you attending the game as the president? People, understand this. He is the very first president in the history of the presidency to attend the NBA Finals. Can you imagine George Washington in the height of a war saying, you know what, I'm not going to war. I'm not worried about the war. I'm going to watch a game on television. Can you imagine if what's his name? Who created, well, not created, but invented the light bulb? I was about to say George Jefferson. Oh my God. You guys get the point that I'm trying to make. Barack Obama had every chance and opportunity to go to the NBA Finals. Joe Biden, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, Andrew Jackson, Woodrow Wilson. Take your pick. These guys could have had any chance to go to an... Okay, I'm tweaking. What I'm trying to say is this. When you take the ability of Knicks fans to make themselves be felt, to have their energy be felt by the Spurs, that could have routed the Spurs. They took the only chance for Knicks Nation that could not be in attendance inside of the gym, but could have been outside of the gym in attendance. They took the only chance for them to have the Spurs feel their energy away because Donald Trump wanted to be in attendance. That just goes to show you what type of person he is. And gas prices are high. The cost of living has skyrocketed. Food is high. Placing tariffs on is you doing everything that you wouldn't expect a sensible, logical, person with common sense in the presidency to do. Now, everybody like to say, why is politics in basketball? Why are you bringing politics to sports? Let's see. I had the same sentiment. Now, this game was all I expected. I expected the Spurs to finally come up with an opportunity or with a response to, all of the adversity. Game 1, they made a lot of mistakes and the Knicks capitalized. The Knicks won. Game 2, they cleaned up the mistakes, but then they made mistakes in an opportune time and the Knicks capitalized. Game 3, they limited those mistakes and they didn't allow the Knicks to capitalize on anything that they didn't need them to. Now, with that being said, Jalen Brunson has had the most negative impact that he's had since March 31st for his team. Can you imagine a player not having, in terms of plus minus, that just is a grading scale. It's like QBR for a quarterback. You look at a player's plus minus when you want to see how well the team performs when he's on the floor versus when he's off. Jalen Brunson played 35 minutes this game. The Knicks were outscoring them or the Knicks got outscored by 9 points when he was on the floor. That is in 35 minutes. They could not get a lead with him on the floor. They were trailing by 9 points with him on the floor, 35 minutes. That's the difference in his game. Because you pair that with Spurs finally putting together a good game. We know this is what the Spurs look like. This is what the Spurs looked like in their first 3 series. We were just waiting for them to play like this in games 1 and games 2. Game 1 was probably the most terrible shooting performance I've ever seen with my own eyes by a team. Now they learn from this mistake. When you turn the ball over like that, it gives your team, it just demoralizes the team. But the way they responded, that was in game 2, y'all. Victor Wembanyama is showing you. Hopefully we can finally get a team that can make it to more than one finals. Since LeBron versus the Golden State Warriors, we haven't seen a player and a team get to multiple NBA finals. And it's no coincidence that this is the most watched finals since 2018. Just think about all the finals that we've seen from the time LeBron James was trying to overtake Steph Curry, Draymond, Clay, and then they added KD. You almost 10 years ago was the last time the NBA was this exciting to watch. Maybe it's because the Knicks and their fans are providing us with some comedy, some laughs. Maybe it's because these are 2 of the most likable teams in the NBA in terms of their fan bases being a help in that category because they're not toxic and they don't play dumb like OKC. They don't have a LeBron James. They don't have a bandwagon fan base like the Golden State Warriors. They don't have a terrible fan base like the Boston Celtics. Maybe it's that. But to be up 90% versus what they were last season just goes to show you how the NBA as a whole is failing in terms of their product. It takes a city like New York or a state like New York to get the NBA fans who have no team in the NBA Finals to watch the game. You know how difficult that is to watch an NBA Finals and your favorite team is not in it? So, up 90% from last year. Viewership was 16 million plus in games 1 and games 2. Don't know the final numbers from game 3, but I know it's probably fallen off because Donald Trump came to the game and took away one of the most potent fan bases opportunity to actually make a historic point of emphasis for their team. Not only that, taking that away kind of helped the Spurs in this whole situation. With that being said, 8 million last season watched OKC, peak viewership of 18 million. The peak viewership was 16 million this year. So I look at a lot of things. And one of the things I look at is the fact that, hey, up 90%, it's no coincidence that it's because we see New York and the San Antonio Spurs. But the same problems I saw the Knicks have in the regular season, they're having now in the NBA Finals, actually. So they won 16 straight games in the NBA playoffs. The second most wins back-to-back in the history of the NBA playoffs. Jalen Brunson has yet to have that game where his fans can say everybody's better than Jalen Brunson until it's time to play Jalen Brunson. And when you look at Jalen Brunson's effect on his team, and this is what I was saying, he's going to have trouble against those big guards against San Antonio. But as you know, a player like Jalen Brunson is still going to get his numbers. But can he do it efficiently to the tune where it doesn't negatively impact his team? And the first time Jalen Brunson had a negative impact on his team, minus 26 against the Houston Rockets. You follow that up by going a plus 25. A plus minus for a team or a player on a team in the NBA is viewed the same way you view the QBR for a quarterback for a team. It's like, how well does the team perform when you're on the court? It's 5 players. Each player has a plus minus. Each player. And at the end of the game, it can vary from player to player. Trust me. And this is only a point of emphasis that I'm making simply because I think it's good to point out that after March 31st, he never had a negative plus minus for his team until he played the team with the best defenders at the point of attack. Not against Philly, not against Cleveland, not against Atlanta, not against Toronto. Boston has one point guard where you look at it and say, oh yeah, in Derek White, but for the most part, no. Atlanta, Chicago, and then of course Houston. So now he plays a team in that series where their defensive backcourt consists of Castle, Harper, Fox, Bryant. Yes, Carter Bryant is deep. Did y'all see what he was able to do in stretches against SGA? He played SGA pretty well. So, with that being said, and then also they got the 6-man, who else? Johnson. Johnson also played. I think I should have said Johnson, my bad. Keldon Johnson played some good defense on SGA. I got him mixed up with Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant is 6'6" as well. So if they want to use Carter Bryant, that's another big guard that you could throw in front of Jalen Brunson. So I said he's going to struggle in his series, and he's been struggling. He's been getting his points, but they aren't affecting the team statistically well. So the last two games, Jalen Brunson has been outscored by 10 points when he's on the floor. Granted, they won the game. He played 37 minutes, had 20 points, minus 10. It's not good. When he's on the floor, the Knicks were getting outscored by 10 points, even though they won. This game, he follows it up. Mind you, you have to go all the way back to March 31st, where he went a negative 26 when he was on the floor. That's not good. So in this series, that's the deciding factor. Can he have a positive impact on the team while scoring 20 plus points? Now you probably say in game 1, no. He shot atrociously bad while scoring 30 points. He went 12 of 31, 38% from the floor, 2 of 9 from 3. That's not a everybody's better than Jalen Brunson until it's time to play Jalen Brunson type of game. I'm looking for that game. It hasn't happened yet. I thought it was going to be tonight. He almost got close, but they lost, and he had a negative impact on the team. Now, in this series, hopefully Donald Trump doesn't make another appearance. And we all saw this coming. We all knew. As a collective, I saw on many sports platforms people saying, if the Knicks lose tonight, they're blaming Donald Trump. I came in to game 3 saying, Donald Trump's appearance is doing a lot of disservice to the team. It's shifting the focus, it's taking away the momentum, and it's not allowing Knicks fans to be outside to provide even more energy. I think Madison Square Garden would have been a lot more louder had Knicks fans been in the areas where they were during the watch parties and where they were in the last couple of series. There's a reason why the Knicks went 16 straight wins up until this point. There's a reason why. And not only did it start with Mike Brown changing the trajectory or changing the game plan and positioning Karl-Anthony Towns where he positioned him, actually put him in the decision-making spots where he could play quarterback. Just look at it like this. The same way we view, or the same way Mike Malone started to use Nikola Jokic and spawn MVPs out of him and put him into conversations where he doesn't belong because of the game plan and the way he uses him. Apply that same logic to what Mike Brown did for Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, we don't see Karl-Anthony Towns bringing the ball up like Nikola Jokic, but the same plays that he was mimicking the same way Mike Malone used Nikola Jokic, if that should make a lot of sense. We see Nikola Jokic always making those reads and those passes to his cutters, to his shooters. Now, ball movement, defense, coaching. Mitch Justin finally put together a good coaching job. This series may go 7. Now, in game 4, I will give, before the game even starts, I will give the keys to victory for each team. And maybe it's too late, but I got a feeling Knicks fans are going to show what was going to happen. And the energy, I think, is going to be different now. It's going to be thrown off. Dang, Trump. Look, focus on the economy. Ain't America in a war right now? The aura of America has just been going down and down and down. Trump and Biden are two of the worst presidents in the history of America, bro. They just lowered the aura. Oh my goodness. And I don't even use aura. They just, oh my God, this is terrible. This man decided to go to game 3 just to ruin it. And I ain't gonna act like the New York Knicks were just doing something that we've never seen before. The Knicks look terrible. If we're gonna be for real, the Knicks look bad in game 1 and game 2. Because how do you allow a team like the Spurs to go up 10, 15 points in the opening quarters? You're just allowing yourself to have to